Hello, hello, hello. For anybody that's joining me at 11 o'clock today. All right. So, hi, I'm Biz from Busy Crochet. I just wanted to take a real quick moment to introduce myself. I know that I've never really gone live on YouTube before, but I'm doing this for Pam and Glenn at stitchednaturally.com. You definitely want to make sure that you check them out. Today I'm going to be doing a review on two Hardicraft Amigurumi kits, and they are both along the same line. They're very springy, and they are basically called I Love Holland. And so one of the kits is going to be this little boy and girl kissing. The other kit is this windmill, and it is very, very cute. And what I wanted to first touch on is just show you what the kits themselves look like. I'm not really sure where to look at because I don't know where my camera is on my phone, so forgive me if I look like I'm looking off to the into the wild blue yonder. But they come housed in a very nice package like this. Mine's a little wrinkly because it's been manhandled a little bit, but it comes in a really nice package that you can actually keep everything in. And it comes with everything that you need to make the kit. So it includes a bag of fluff. Now this bag of fluff obviously has been opened and it wouldn't normally fit in there, but what they do is they vacuum pack it, so it's like super crunched down and it's flat as a pancake. So when you pull it out of the package, when you open it up, you have to kind of get your finger in there, but then it just goes poof. So they provide you with a generous amount of fiber fill for these amigurumi pieces. You are definitely not going to be lacking in that department at all. The other thing that they provide you with is the Katona yarn from Shapies. Now, it is a great little mercerized cotton. I'm going to pull out the pieces that I used for the windmill itself. Okay, so I've completed the windmill. I haven't completed the little couple, but because I wanted to show you a set in progress. But I completed the windmill, and I just want to show you how much of the supplies are left over after you're done. I mean, like, you could almost, by switching some colors around, you could almost make another one. Or just add it to your stash. And like I said, this is a great little mercerized cotton. So you get these 3 little skeins of Katona by Shapies, and it is a DK weight yarn, I believe. The words are so little on the side. Okay, so it does call for a 2.5 to a 3.5 millimeter hook. Now I'm going to let you know that in the patterns themselves, they do not tell you what hook size you need. So you're going to want to make sure that you check your, whenever you get a pattern, something like that, where it doesn't tell you what hook size to use, always go with what's recommended for your yarn itself and take it off of the label. At least start there. But this is all of the fluff that I have left over from the windmill. And okay, now I'm going to show you the completed windmill because it's just so cute. It's not very big. It really doesn't take all that much time. There's a little bit of a jog back here, but I figured it was the back of my work. You could actually, had I been thinking, take your extra pieces that you sew on later, and you could put those over the jog spots and nobody would ever be the wiser. So that was my fault for putting those there. And so when I was making this, I was like, how are those little windmill blades gonna stand up? But the way that they construct this is very smart. And Katona itself is, I don't want to call it stiff, but it has a little bit of, it's kind of one of those al dente yarns where it has a little bit of tooth to it. So it grabs onto itself and it creates a much stiffer, I don't, Bonnie. I don't teach you how to make the windmill. Right now, what we're doing is we're just reviewing the kits themselves. I don't have permission from Hardicraft to recreate the windmill on a video itself. So as much as I would love to, if I can get permission to do that, I will be absolutely happy to. But I did just want to talk about the kits themselves, and a couple of things that I just wanted you to be aware of too while you're using these kits is that when you're going through the instructions, make sure you read every line, because their wording is it's not written in British, it's written in regular US crochet terms. But they do things like they skip back and forth in the rows so that it never shows an increase. You know how sometimes when you make amigurumi, there is a seam that goes along if like you're increasing in the same spot all the time. Well, they are very careful to make sure that your increases don't ever bind up on each other, so that you never have any, I'm sorry, my lights are kind of bright, so that you never have any kind of seam or line. You can't ever see anything for the most part. So just be very aware when you're going back and forth through the pattern that you're following the instructions exactly, so that you're not just going, because I have a tendency to just go by rote. I'm like, oh, well, this makes this whatever. And so you just got to really pay attention. The embroidery section is also very, very simple. Just follow the picture that they have on the front of the, they don't actually provide instructions for the embroidery itself. They just say embroider. So it's really, you could decorate it however you wanted to. And I will say it's a little stiff when it's putting together, so you're going to need a nice strong needle as well. They also, in the instructions, do not include the material part that you're going to need a piece of cardboard. You find out as you're going through. I did want to just show you that I just grabbed a piece of, like, I had just gotten some cards in or some stickers in, and I just grabbed the edge of a box and I cut my little piece out of that. And this is where I wanted to just show you, like, this little guy, this is my kissing boy. Okay. So he's one night. He was so simple to put together. These instructions are very, very clear as far as making his legs and stuff like that are concerned. He's actually going to, he's going to be on this side. So any of the seams that I have showing on this side are not going to show, because this is the side he's actually going to be on. This is the little girl, and I did not actually finish her because I wanted to just show you that it's very, very simple. All you do is when you get to this point on the bottom, you just draw your circle. I know mine looks like a lemon for whatever reason, but you draw your circle and you cut out your circle. It does not have to be a very big piece of cardboard. Mine is very, very small. You don't have to go find out, you know, a real big piece of a box or something like that. It just, and then it just pops right in the bottom. And if you have to, you just take it back out and adjust it. So it just sits in the bottom there like that. And then when you get to the point where you're ready to start fluffing or putting your stuffing in, you just keep putting it in there, and it creates a stability, which I have one of those on the bottom of this as well. And it actually will stand up on a table. So it's a nice little piece, but just be aware that you're going to need a thin piece of cardboard. Now, I did try to do it out of cardstock, and I did it out of a thinner piece, and they're not strong enough. So I do recommend trying to find some kind of a cardboard. Okay, so moving on to the boy and girl kissing set. Their instructions are bigger. When you're doing the windmill, it is literally a single page right here. The boy and girl, it is multiple pages. You're going to do 2 of them. And if you are doing it, and there's several languages in here too. I don't know what all of them are. I'm assuming French and Dutch and English. I'm not 100% sure on that. Oh, German. Yeah, German, French, and English. Okay. So there's three languages in here, but your whole pattern is going to be here. So it's a little bit bigger, a little bit more intricate. You're doing a few more things. You do have to do separate pieces. These arms are separate pieces. The hat is a separate piece, but the body itself is one whole chunk. So it works up really nice and quickly. I'm actually excited about getting my little girl finished up so that I can finish her set. I think this is going to be a great set for the springtime. Even though we're past Easter, it's, you know, people are bringing out tulips. There's a lot of places that still have snow. Spring is still coming. I wanted to let you know that if you go over to stitchednaturally.com, this is where they have these kits. It is actually, these two kits are exclusive to them. And they are the only ones in the United States that have them. They are running a special right now that both kits are $18, so you can get both of them for $18, which is a phenomenal steal because normally these things are like 15 bucks a piece. Otherwise, if you spend $150 on their website, they are free, and which that's a steal. I mean, these are really a very nice gift to get along with your yarn. And I wanted to quick just tell you also about, they have some new yarns on Stitch Naturally. Of course, they're a Scapies dealer, and so they've got a wide variety of Scapies available, but she is beginning to add Kokomo, Durable, Koigu, and Stone Donegal yarns. So just be aware that she's constantly expanding. And thank you so much for joining me on this live. I hope that you have gotten some good information concerning these kits, and I hope that you actually go and you get one so that you can make it yourself. Have a great day.